And welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance with your host, Pitmarthroy. In the last episode, we went through the mountains, which was, fortunately for us, I believe that is probably the last of the quote-unquote top 5 worst maps in the game, after the bridge, the sand level, the capital of Dayan, because even really the epilogue fight isn't that bad, so... now that we have cleared the mountains, there are only two things that are defending the capital of Crimea, which is Melior, and that is Fort Pinell and Nados Castle. So we gotta go in there and take them out. Chapter 26, Clash. No, not Clash of the Titans, thank goodness, because that's an awful movie. Never watched that. You know they're making a sequel of that? Seriously? Seriously. I'm not kidding. The first one was awful, so they thought, oh, well, let's make a second one. Whatever. So yes, Hawking is getting involved, which means strength is all but equal to their own and growing daily. Let's see here. So they're going to divide their army into 2 battalions, the same one to meet the Crimeans. Bertram will be... That is the other guy. That's one of the 4 riders of Dan. I can never remember his name. Drives me crazy. I can never remember his name. It's Bertram. I wish I could remember that, but I never do. They've indeed captured Ina. So now that he doesn't really care what happens to Ina, and now we have a bit of a battle plan here. So their army is right here. It's actually on the other side of the mountain. We don't have to go over it, fortunately. They don't really say that, but whatever. So we have Fort Pinell and Nados Castle, which are these 2 spots right here. And now Dayan has them both, and they could hold out about a year. Yeah, by the way, whenever it said "say what you will," that was Bastion. You have to kind of pay attention to the little box above it sometimes. So this is Geoffrey talking, this is Bastion. Will you two please shut up? Yeah, really. Anyway. We cannot divide our army, but it would make sense to send a small force to attack one of the base with a weaker defense and keep it occupied. And at the same time, we can focus on the other one and conquer it. I was going to say destroy, but we don't want to be destroying the castle. It's still ours, technically. So we're going after Fort Pinell. And Tabarn will take out a little bit of his army, launch a fake attack on Castle Nados. And yeah, MVP was Har. I figured it would be. It might have been Boyd or Leith. Those are probably the top 3, Boyd, Leith, and Har. But that's just a guess. Soldier. Ooh, this might be important. This is probably another explanation. Yeah, this is what it is. Let's say I was faced with an undefeatable enemy. In that case, what should I, as the weaker fighter, do? Should I try to avoid slowing down the other better fighters and retreat? Or do I sacrifice myself and at least try to land a single blow on the opponent? Well, if you can't do any damage, even if you hit, it's not going to do anything, so... Yeah, study the enemy, and if retreating's your only option, do that much at least. What type of fighter is he? What kind of weapons is he using? Yeah. This is stuff we should already know. I don't know why they tell you that so late in the game. You should already know that. So yeah, they just talk about Leanne's kidnapping, but they still know Leanne is fine. So yeah, this talks about how each of the tribes of Laguz have something like a little bit of an advantage to sense things. So for the birds, it's the herons. For the beast tribes, it's the cat clan. For the dragon tribes, it said that they may be equal to or even surpass that. Okay, no supports, so I don't believe we have any skills to assign, because there's nothing new, really. So let's go to award EXP. What I'm going to try to do here is get everyone their experience topped off, at least. Alright, boy just maxed out his strength. He actually got resistance. He hadn't gotten that upgrade in a while. This map is... What's the best way to explain this? The map is very open. There's a lot of room to work with, which I really actually hate, to be honest with you, because it leaves the enemy with a lot of options, too. So you gotta be kind of careful in this one. It's very easy to get swarmed, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what to make of this map. I don't know how to explain it. You guys will have to see. It's a very, very strange map. Like, I can tolerate it. I'm not a fan of it, personally, but I can tolerate it. It's definitely not one of the easiest maps, but it's certainly not one of the more annoying ones, either. That was a decent, level up. Actually, Mist had a lot of stats capped out. I'm kind of curious to see what she has capped out. I know, obviously, HP has not. Oh, no, just magic. I thought her resistance had capped. Which would have seemed kind of weird, seeing as she was only at 22. I figured she capped at, like, 25, I think. I believe her luck caps out at 30. But those are just guesses. I was probably looking at Soren, because he's capped out skill and resistance. Alright, what do we got here? Rolf can take another bow, because it's really not that big a deal, so give him the killer bow. Got plenty of bows at our disposal, so he can use those whenever he needs to. We'll take the Laguz axe. There are a fair amount of feral ones on this map, so Laguz weapons might come in handy here. Gonna go ahead and get a few of them, I guess. Night Killer, might as well leave that. Do we have any Laguz lances? No, we do not. Alright, then we'll just stick with Silver Lance. Alright, that ought to do it. Really not too much preparation for this. The enemies here aren't difficult either, there's just a lot of them. And why did they change Lincia's, Ike's face right there, he looks like he's stoned, man. That's great. Is that a Pegasus? It belonged to my great-grandmother. I'm a bit nervous about riding him, but I'm going to try nevertheless. But your retainers will never allow it, will they? Well, if you think about it logically, you can't disagree to the princess, so even if you are against it, what can you do? Nothing. So Princess Lincia are skilled at riding and swordsmanship. Well, one of those is true, and I'll give you a big hint on which one it is. It's not the swordsmanship, because she's awful at it. She's a decent healer, though, but I'll get into Lincia's stats. As you can tell, now she's actually joining us as a real unit. Alright, let's actually get started here. Yeah, see what I mean? This is a very strange map. Bertram's a very interesting boss, too. He'll actually show up again. He is one of the Riders of Dain that actually does not perish in the war. But I kind of want them to go over, oh, they don't. Well, that's strange. Okay. You actually are required to use Lincia, I believe, for just this map, fortunately. So if you don't like her, you don't have to use her. I'll try. At the very least, I can try, but who knows how it'll go. Okay, so I usually just put my strongest units or quickest ones out in the front, so that would obviously be these guys. Stick the mid-ranged ones in the second row, and the weaker ones in the back. That's about it. As for items, let's go over Lindsay right here. She has the Amity, which is... She's not a good fighter with a sword, but it is decent because it allows her to strike twice in one round, and it also never breaks. So it's a pretty decent sword. She's the only one that can use it, unfortunately. But it also gives her a little bit of a defense boost and resistance boost as well, so that's pretty nice. She does have an A in stabs, so that's really, really handy because she can already use physics stabs. So I would highly recommend giving her a physics staff or trading one over if you can, which I don't believe we have one, so I'm going to trade that over, and I'm actually going to also take a... I don't really want to use that. So I'll give her the Laguz Guard, and then also Vulnerary Elixir. Equip the Laguz Guard, and trade with Mist here. Actually, we'll trade with Mist on the second turn. But yeah, having her be a backup healer is definitely a good option. There's some really great healers in this game. You can have really a total of 4 really good ones. Mist, Soren, Alencia, and also, if you actually bother to use her, which I did not, Ileana can be a pretty good healer herself. They might explain Bertram a little bit right here. But yeah, he's a little creepy. Yeah, they're going to explain it right here. The enemy general, Bertram, commander of this army, is Bertram, one of Dane's 4 riders. So he's on par with the one we fought earlier. Not really. He's about the same, honestly, but the final 2 4 riders are not near as weak as these guys are. So the name of the 4 riders is given to the 4 persons of highest ability among the king's advisors. Some members can change. So the current 4 riders are General Petrine, who we've defeated, Bertram, who we're facing right now, General Bryce, who served under the previous king. He will be in the final battle. And finally, the Black Knight. But yes, anyway, on General Bertram, nobody seems to know where he hails from. He appeared after the fall of Crimea and has quickly gained Ashnard's favor. Like the Black Knight, he always wears his armor and never shows his face unhelmed. Some say he's not even in his armor, but it's inhabited by an ancient specter or demonic creature. But that's more of superstition. Very, very interesting. I'm really actually excited to explain that in the sequel, Radiant Dawn, whenever I do the Let's Play for that, because it's actually a really interesting story with him that gets explained right at almost at the very end of the game, too. So I'm kind of glad that they waited so long to, you know, unveil what it was. Because there's actually a lot more to Bertram, which, once again, is why he doesn't die on this map. He doesn't retreat or anything like that. You actually will defeat him, so don't worry about that. Okay, who do we need to trade? Okay, we need Mist to trade with Alencia right here. Trade the physics staff over. Actually, no, I did that wrong. Oh well. Let's see. Can I still trade this back? And then use the staff, use Hammernine, go to the physics staff, and give it back its 15 uses. Probably not the best way to use it, honestly, but there's not a lot of points where you really have to use it, so not that big a deal. But I'm probably going to keep Alencia near the back, so she'll be a backup healer, and Mist will obviously be the official healer. And we also have Soren for a backup healer, if anything comes worse to worse. Go ahead and give you a layout of this map. You can see there's a few units up here. Do take him out. This guy's got a meteor, so you kind of have to watch out for him. But there will be some reinforcements here as well. You only need like 3 units to go that way. I usually send Har, Boyd, and somebody else, because most of the reinforcements have lances, I believe. You kind of have to watch out a little bit with any of your Laguz units, because there are a lot of Laguz weapons here, as well as a lot of feral ones. And feral ones can be pretty deadly, because they're, unlike the ones that you've seen prior, these guys are actually pretty good difficulty, so you do actually have to watch out for them a little bit. And they will drop quite a bit of Laguz items, which is good, because the second to last fight actually has almost nothing but feral ones. The boss is the only non-feral unit, and he's just a ranged magic user, so he's kind of an idiot. But that's beside the point. So yeah, most of the enemies here are going to have Laguz weapons, and a couple of them also have Brave weapons, so you have to watch out for that. Because Brave Swords and Brave Axes can be a big threat. There might be a Brave Lance somewhere, but I don't think there is. I think it's just Brave Swords. But those are honestly the most deadly ones. Because swords are more accurate than axes. And somewhat more than lances. But yeah, this is a very strange map. You can really spread out your units here. Really, the biggest disadvantage to this map is not being able to see something that's just off screen, and he might come up and surprise you. As a longbow user, didn't expect him to hit. But yeah, it's mostly like Myrmidon, or not Myrmidon, Swordmasters, Feral units, decent amount of mages, a couple of paladins, and a lot of wyvern units. And I really wish that guy had not hit Leith right there, but he did. Will I use Alencia? Like a lot like with Har, I said I'd try, so I'm going to try to use him. The bad thing about Alencia, though, is she doesn't have good range because her magic stat right now is only 12, and Physic works with its 1 minus, or 1, and also magic divided by 2, so it can only reach 7 squares, whereas Mist has, a healing range of 26, half that's 13, she has 14 range, so you have to get as close as you can, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I gotta put Alencia at least right here to be able to reach Leith. So yeah, she's not gonna be as good, she's gonna require a decent amount of battle experience, but since she is a Pegasus, she can move back after she's taken her turn, so that's always good. And if you give her a little bit of experience, she can really take it a mile, so she's definitely worth it. She will be frail, so you gotta watch out for that, but she's a very good healer nonetheless. Oh, come on, Ike, you could have gotten a crit. Now watch him get an Ether / critical. Nope, just an Ether, but whatever. I don't really need the Silver Sword. What I do need, though, is to get this guy out of here, because he's going to be a problem if I leave him around for too long. So let's get out of here. Yeah, there you go. Alright, that guy is no longer a threat. There are still some ranged sages at the top of the hill. Well, they're not here now, but they'll appear. One will show up right here, one right there, one right there. So you gotta have to watch out for him a little bit. Probably should have used L-Fire on this guy. Though I don't know if L-Fire would have beaten him or not. Probably would have, but I'm not sure. Would have had to done at least 6 more damage for each hit, but whatever. Let's get this guy out of here, because the Feral ones are a gigantic threat on this map. Try to take them out with Laguz weapons or with range, because they can't counter. And that's the best advice I'd have for that. Actually, no, don't attack him from there. Just get him close up. No point in taking the risk of taking damage, so. Though if I'd known you were going to get a critical Soren, I would have just said, eh, whatever. But hey, I'll take it. And I'll also take this level up. Just HP, but that's fine. And we'll just go with a steel bow here. No need to do anything fancy. Let them come to you may not be the worst strategy in the world for this map either, by the way. So if you want to just do that, that would also work. But I prefer not to, because then they can kind of gather their bearings a lot better. Can I take this guy out? No. Because I was about to say it'd be a lot better if I could just go after this guy, but since I cannot, we'll just get rid of this guy then. And hopefully that Feral one will go for Oscar and not Rolf, because if he goes for Rolf, then I don't think Rolf will get hit, because Rolf's actually one of the few people that can dodge a Feral one's attack pretty well. Just in case, I don't want Khalil being attacked by a Feral one. You'll notice that Rescue got replaced with Savior, so ah, shoot. See, if I had used just a Rescue, if I had not equipped Savior, Mist probably would have been hit and or killed, because her speed would have been dropped enough to probably let that guy attack her twice. We'll get him next turn, though. You gotta watch out for these guys down here. I That was one thing I worried about in the back of my mind. Was wondering, am I gonna have enough firepower to be able to take these guys out? Because you do need to send a decent amount of units down there. If not, they'll get you. Alright, so we're gonna leave Har here, and really he's the only person we need to leave there, so we'll take the rest of them back this way. And we'll let Boyd take out this other guy as well. I know Boyd will probably take damage from that, but I can just heal him, so that's what it's for. No point wasting the heal stabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we don't really have to go that far, but I'm going to move right here anyway. Shoot. Well, I got racing for a reason as well, so. And since Alencia is Princess Crimea, which is a class by itself, by the way, she is only level 1, which means she can get experience very, very quickly. And you don't have to waste a lot of bonus experience inside of the base, so works really well. So Alencia can level up real fast. It's just you got to be careful with her, especially on this map. And the fact that you have to be careful on this map with her makes a lot of people think, oh, well, since she's so frail, she's not that good. If you level her up, she's really good. It's just one of those things. For anybody that said Rolf, oh, well, he's not very good when we first got him. Yeah, you don't think that anymore, do you? That's the thing about playing this game through a whole bunch of times. You give every character a shot, and you know who's good and who's bad. And there's a lot of characters that I didn't use that aren't bad either. Like Mia's a great character, Ileana's a good character. It's just that I don't need every single character. Let's go ahead and drop Khalil now. We don't really have to worry about her. We can take out this Pharaoh once, so let's go and do that. Well, I was going to say normally, but with a crit always works too. Alright, that ought to work just fine. Stefan's the only one that has not moved. Give him that, because I know those knights are going to come up and attack him. Even though the weapon triangle's against Stefan right here, the knights are so slow, I think he could probably dodge them without that much problem, so. Yeah, well, no, he got hit by one of them. Not a big deal, though. He's definitely going to level up, that's for sure. Oh, that guy didn't go for Stefan. And he had a lance. Oh, well. I'm guessing that guy probably has a Lagoose bow, so that's probably why he went for Leaf. Yep, those are some of those reinforcements. There's more than these guys, but these are some of them. Steel Lance, Short Spear. Yeah, we're going for Short Spear. Why go for Short Spear? Well, that's pretty obvious. Short Spear has range, Steel Lance does not. And we did not kill him. I expected a crit, and I did not get it, so. Oh well. Take care of it next turn. I'm going to go with 26 actually. Oh well, no. I keep trying to play strategical, and then all the skills are like, oh no, you don't have to worry about getting hit. We're just going to get a crit. Or we're just going to activate Adept. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just saying. We can just use Mend right here. There's no point in wasting the Physics Staff further. Yeah, you'll notice the Mend staff did not give us much experience as the Physic did. You have to keep in mind that each staff will give you a certain amount of experience. The Ashera staff will give you an automatic level up once you use it. Which in theory you can only use 3 times, but with a Hammering staff you could use like, what, 9, 10 times? Well, no, 2, 4, so you could use it 7 times. But I save the Ashera staff for the final battle, always. I was really expecting a crit from you, Rolf. Oh well. As long as you dodge the attack, that's good with me. That's my own character flaw, I will admit it. I am a person that has their expectations set way too high sometimes. But yeah, when it comes to work, I'm one of those people that do just enough, no more, no less. Well, most of the time. Not all the time, but like 80% of the time. I say that because I got my Oh, hey, a Laguz bow. I got a Laguz bow, but I also got my average of 9 weeks. I know it's normally a 6 weeks average, but it was 9 weeks for my Algebra 2 class. And the scores were fine. It was just something weird, because I carpool with somebody else, and I had 0 tardies, and he had 1, which doesn't make any sense. We arrive at the same time. How did he get a tardy and I didn't? I mean, we show up at the exact same time. It doesn't make any sense. But thinking that last time I had 2 tardies and he had 1, so I don't know, maybe she balanced them out or something. The tardies don't do anything because it's a private class, so it's not actual school. So like, they don't lower your grade if you're tardy or anything like that. It's a weird phrase, isn't it, tardy? Like, nobody ever says tardy outside of school. Like, if somebody gets, if they show up to work and they're, you know, like 5 minutes past the time they're supposed to be there, nobody says, hey, Phil, this is the 3rd time you've been tardy. They say, hey, Phil, this is the 3rd time you've been late. Like, whatever. It's one of those stupid things I'd point out. Let's kill this guy. Still didn't get that crit on him, wow. He must be immune to the Killer Axe, but no matter. He may be immune to the Killer Axe, but he's not immune to death. That is not worth wasting a Physic on, so we're just going to use Mend. Say what you will about Alencia being frail, but pretty good unit, I'd say. I mean, look at her movement, 9? That's pretty awesome. Alencia and Racing can actually make a very good combination for not being able to do any actual fighting. I think everybody else, well, Stefan's kind of looking. I nearly said Stefano. I was like, Stefano. Like, who are you talking about, boy? Yeah, once you can start using those physics stats, it's just a lifesaver, isn't it? You don't have to put your healers out in the middle of battle anymore. Yeah, there's your Brave Sword. There he is, right there. That guy can be a pain to get rid of. Alright, now we got a little bit of an idea of what we're supposed to be getting at. I'm going to keep Leaf down here now because she's about to run out of power. I'm going to put Oscar right on the edge of being able to get attacked by anything. And we'll just work from there. Just kind of do your own thing, you know? You just got to be really careful, because, like, there's a lot of units up here. You can get ambushed really easily and not realize it until it's too late. But as long as you do that going up this hill, because you can kind of tell there's a little bit of a terrain difference. As long as you do that going up the hill, you're alright. But the first time I played this game through, I did not do that, and I lost, like, just let the battle play through to see how many people I lost. I lost, like, 4 units. I mean, it was crazy. I lost, like, Rolf, Soren, Boyd, and somebody else. If anybody's wondering, I'm assuming, yes, Alencia dying is a defeat condition. I'll check it real quick. Yep, Alencia dies is a defeat condition. Which I believe, after this you don't have to select her, but if you do, that is another defeat condition. But, you know, you shouldn't be putting her into any dangerous situations to begin with, so, you know, that really goes without saying. I tend to try to work with just one half of it, either the part that goes straight up or the part that goes to the left. And it looks like the part that goes straight up would be a little bit easier than the part that goes to the left right now, so that's what we're doing. Not worried about Ike at all. Ike's one of those characters who can just mow everyone down if he needs to. And I'm not too worried about Soren, because, I mean, the closest unit to him is what? A unit that's weak to that, so. There's a Laguz Lance right there. Laguz Axe. Okay, focus on what you're doing, man. Seriously. Don't get distracted by all this other stuff. Okay, we're just going to put Oscar out in the middle of nowhere, essentially, here. Give him the spear and let him go. I could do that if I wanted to, but that's kind of stupid, so I'm not going to do that. We got these 3 guys for backup, so. And since dragons are weak to bows, I think it's all good there. A couple of them might try to go for Soren, I don't know, but I think Soren will be alright. Even though Soren's got pretty low HP, he's got good dodging ability, and since those guys are weak to bows, yeah, I figured they'd go for And Oscar probably won't kill either one of these guys, but he'll hold his own, so. If worse comes to worse, he may activate Soul, which he just did, so never mind. Don't you just love Soul? It's like a free heal. It's awesome. It's the best thing ever. Oh yeah, critical for 3 damage. Congratulations. You should be so proud of that, man. That Brave Sword guy, though, he can be a real threat. Do not underestimate him. If he gets a hold of Boyd, you may just be finding yourself dead. Boyd may be a better unit than he, but Boyd still has the weapon triangle disadvantage in that fight, so. Come on, Ether. Yeah! I didn't really want to Ether for the kill, I just wanted Ether for the free heal. But we also get a level up at it, so no complaints. Ike is almost maxed out. If you can get him past level 15, honestly, you're good to go for the rest of the game, but I'd say keep going if you can, so. And since there's no reason for Ike to be dying anytime soon, there's no reason not to. Vantage. Silly enemy units. You can't hit Soren. Not with an axe, anyway. Sword or a bow, that might work, but an axe, no. Hit percentage is only about 20. Bows and swords probably have around 40-ish, so got a much better shot there, but that's not much use once you're dead, huh? And once again, if Boyd gets hurt, oh well. That's what healing's for. I just need him to help out here, so we can take out these 3 guys. Got a level up for Boyd. That'll probably bring his HP up, and, well, I was kind of hoping lock her defense, but alright, fine. Have it your way, game. Because this is Burger King. Yeah, that's how it's done. That's what I like to see right there. Criticals. And we can just take this guy out, no problem. The snipers have so low HP compared to, like, Rolf. They don't even break 30, and Rolf's got, like, what, 44 right now? 44. What does Rolf have? 40. Good lord, 47. I thought it was, like, mid-40s. This is closer to 50 than it is to 40. Silver Lance. Steel Lance. Okay, these are both just ranged then. No point in wasting anything else, so Killer Lance it is, just for the heck of it. He'll probably go for Stefan next round, but I'm cool with that. He may, well, actually he can't heal, so never mind. That throws that theory out the window, but let's see if we could get close enough to him. Well, actually, check for anything else. Do not be stupid here. You cannot take anything for granted unless you've checked it through and through. That may only be 1 HP, but hey, that's a good amount of experience for Alencia. And it's also 10 experience for Racing, which may not seem like a lot, but for Racing, 10 experience is enough to work with, so. Just move these guys up. I would send Rolf out there, but might as well, I guess. That's probably what he's going to do, is just go straight for Rolf. I guess we could send Har over here real quick and let Alencia heal him. I don't know if there's any reinforcements that show up after that or not. I thought there was, but I could be very well wrong. Oh yeah, I forgot. Keep in mind these sages also double as backup healers. Forgot about that. They have awful HP. Look at that, 27. I mean, really? Soren's got, what, like 37? Whatever. He didn't really need the crit with the ether, but alright. And the killing edge broke, but I really don't care. Okay, good, that missed. Sleep staff, I forgot that guy had that too. Really, they're not terribly much of a threat, because they're the only guys left on the map. Well, this guy, but this guy's probably going to die right here. Yep, he's dead. So really all that's left is the boss and a couple of sages. There are reinforcements, though, so you gotta watch out for them. They did not show up right there, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't, but that is not the point. You still gotta watch out for him. Alright, that takes care of that guy. But yeah, some reinforcements show up here. I believe paladins, mostly. And I believe maybe some other paladins over here. Not 100% sure on that. Oh, wait, not Hammernine. I thought Soren was missing some HP there. I don't think anybody really is right now, except for maybe Ike. No, not even Ike. Okay, we'll just move Har over here then. And there we go. Level up. Her HP, I believe, can get up to about 40, and she can actually do some really good evasion by the end of her level ups, so. Yeah, it was just the Hammernine right there when it said staff. It was probably just referring to Hammernine, letting it restore some of Boyd's hand axe uses or something. I don't know. Hand axe, silver axe. What else does he have? Laguz axe and the hammer, which I haven't used in a very, very long time. Let's see. This guy's got the best accuracy, that's why I went for him. And there's no point in going after that Dragon Knight, because if I didn't kill him, what was going to happen is this guy would have healed him next turn, so. I could heal Alencia, but wait, do we have any... Oh, we have a men's staff. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Might as well. No point in wasting time, so... And the Dragon Rider, I don't know what he's going to... Yeah, I figured he'd go for Rolf, but I wasn't 100% sure. We'll get him next turn. Yeah, he's going to run off and use Thoron. Yeah, Thoron. In case you couldn't tell, the highest range spell, or the best spells in the game are Thoron, which is the Thunder one, Tornado, which is the Wind one, which Soren will probably use in the final battle, and, what's the other one? Bullignon. If you are using Volk, like for real, this might be a good time to try to steal a Meteor, a Bullignon, or a Physics Staff, but Physics Staffs are going to be handed out at the end of the game in the shop, so really not that big a deal. Try to let Ike kill this guy here, even though it's the Brave Sword. Just for the simple fact that that should get him a level up, right? Yep, sure enough. Didn't do anything, sadly, but oh well. That happens sometimes. We've seen it so far, so oh well. We'll just get a Deadeye on this guy to make up for it, because we don't like him. And that'll get Rolf a level up too. Alright, very nice. And we'll just quickly take out the final Sage, and that just leaves the boss. Well, any reinforcements that may show up. Go ahead and do some healing here. Or we can just go ahead and use Mend on Boyd. I didn't realize he needed healing too, but that'll work. And once I finish out this turn, I will go over the boss's stats. I'm not sure if reinforcements are going to show up here or not. They very well might, so I'm going to put Har and Ike up here. Har, Ike, and Boyd. And we'll put Stefan over here, and then, if need be, we have Soren and Oscar right here. And Rolf, I suppose. Yep, there they are, right there. I thought they were reinforcements, just couldn't remember for the life of me when they showed up. But yeah, just Paladin, Sword, Lance, and Bow, so nothing too bad. Even the weapon triangle wasn't that big a deal. I mean, I just went after a sword guy with an axe user, so. didn't seem to affect him that much. Let's just go ahead and use Lagoo's Axe. Probably ought to save it for the second to last chapter, but oh well. And we'll just beat this guy real quick. Alright, there we go. Anybody need healing here? Yeah. Well, not really need it, but where I can use unnecessary healing. And the answer to that is indeed. Alright, everybody's back up to full health, unless Leith down there has lost any, which I don't think she has. Nope, or Khalil. But no, she had neither. Just leave her there, I guess. Well, let's go ahead and get racing another level up here, because I believe that breaks him to from 95 to 5. Yes? Yes, it does. Alright, that'll work. So, now let's finally go over Bertram. He's a level 19 paladin. Decent stats all around for the most part. He gets a very strange weapon. Once again, it's a magic sword. So we've had the Flame Lance, the Bolt Axe, and the Rune Sword. They keep dropping these really weird weapons. A magic sword that restores HP to the wielder in the amount of half the damage it inflicts. It's essentially a sword version of Nosferatu, which Oliver had, if you're using, you know, Rise or another light mage user. The Rune Sword's alright, I guess. It would really come in handy for Lucia. That's like her best weapon, to be honest with you. And also, if you actually do bother to train up Mist to Sword level A or Alencia to Sword level A, it would work really well for them as well, but really not worth your time at all. So don't even bother with it. But as you can see, it can do a decent amount of damage right here, so... Fortunately, we do have a healer standing by, so if anything does happen, then we're all good. Which I'm just using Rolf to weaken him, so... If you took, like, Soren, like, I'll show this in a minute. If you take Soren against this guy with the Rune Sword, he is a joke. Watch this. 4. That's it. If Soren gets a death, this guy's almost dead. Which he did, so... If Soren gets a crit right here, he is dead, but his crit was like 1%, so... But see, that's what it does. It gives him back HP, but since it only took 4, it really wasn't that big a deal. Let's go ahead and heal that, just for the sake of healing it. I was going to say, I wonder if Alencia could beat him, but I seriously doubt it. Kind of want Ike to get the finishing blow here, so what I'm going to do is... Because maybe Ike can get it close to level. I do want to try to max out Ike before he fights the Black Knight. There's no spoiler there, really, at all. You knew he was going to fight the Black Knight. But I do want to try to max him out, and defeating a boss will give him a lot of experience, so... Alright, so let's just do that. No reason to do this at all, just felt like doing it. Well, I guess I could do it for experience, but beside the point, once again. Iron Blade, Brave Sword, I kind of want to Brave Sword him. This is kind of interesting. So you're Bertram, are you? Sorry, but I can't perish right now. What? Kill me. Kill me. What's going on? Are you mad? Ether, that'll always work. So yeah, it seems like he almost wanted to die, but yeah, the story about this will be explained later. But we get a Rune Sword, which I guess we'll throw Lagoo's Lance in the combo. At least I can actually use the Rune Sword, so... I know, I'm wasting time. Yada yada yada. Wait, did he get a, No, he doesn't need it. Okay. You're so stupid. No, let them run. We fought enough today. Get our men inside the fort and give everyone a break. Well, it's not really a big fort, but alright, fine. Whatever works. We got one of them, so Fort Pinell is ours, so that just leaves Nados Castle. This is Bryce over here, by the way. He was the one that served under the previous king. He doesn't really have an official loyalty to Ashnard, but he has a loyalty to Day and therefore a loyalty to Ashnard, so... If they defeat Hafed with 2 Ds and make it all the way here. Who would name their kid Hafed? Well, I probably shouldn't say that. I'll offend some other... Nobody in America would probably do that, is what I'm saying. It's not a typical name. But I don't know. They've got some weird names in this game, so... Bryce is probably the only one you really hear of. You never hear of Ike. Well, I've heard of somebody named Rolf. Oscar, somewhat. So yeah, Ashnard really is a mad king indeed. So, next time on Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, we will tackle Chapter 27, where, dun dun dun, we will be fighting the Black Knight. Yes, he's actually in Nados Castle. So, see you guys then.